Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nerd Mode On, and I'll be doing a gameplay commentary over some Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Everything just kind of seemed to work out in my favor, and I am accompanied by a few of the specified users that tend to show up in a lot of videos, which is always a positive thing. That just means that they are accurate players, and I appreciate that. With that in mind, guys, I really want to jump into the conversation and let you guys know that I'm not going to have a direction for the commentary. I just really want to freeball this one and let you guys, try to follow up with me. But in regards to, I don't really want to talk about anything related to gaming or anything of that affiliation. I really want to just talk to you guys. And, I appreciate everything you guys do, and I know it's so hard to explain that in a video because there's no way besides an audio sense to really go, thank you. Everything that you guys have done, if you're brand new to the channel, you've been around for, as soon as this video is uploaded, or maybe you've been around for the May event, or even longer. I know some of you guys are veterans. You guys have been around for an extensive amount of time, and I know who you are. I definitely pay attention to the centralized users that always pop back in the comments area. I can definitely follow it by the likes and stuff that you guys do, and it's pretty easy to configure and make a list of the dedicated subscribers. And that's awesome. Even if you only show up for a few videos, I'm familiar with the ability for you showing up. I understand how the duration of your appearance can make an impact on the channel. And it's just a phenomenal thing. It's something very hard to comprehend at moments. Sometimes you'll look at it and you go, the video only got 9 likes. But 9 likes is still better than no likes. And the May event definitely gave me a different perception. It really allowed me to understand that, giveaways are very important to a lot of people. I think everybody has enjoyed their products that have received it. I know a lot of it's still being shipped because I can't control the speeds at which, their company has. Some of you guys haven't even, got your SCUF controller yet, and I apologize. It should be getting shipped. I mean, I know it's been stuck in shipping notification for a while, and from what I've been told, it's already been shipped out. In regards to the control freaks, some of those guys haven't even gotten theirs, and most of the guys that won aren't even in the United States, so that's a big problem there. That's kind of why it's so difficult to transfer products, because you guys are not all in one specified region, and that can be very difficult. But everything has been shipped, I want to reassure you, so if you haven't gotten your product, I promise you it's not like I'm just magically doing this now. It's been done for quite a while now. But, you can just blame the company for not having the product shipped on a demand that's appropriate for, the customer. But that's really here or there, I guess, in the conversation. But in regards to anything else, I also appreciate the guys that have been around for even longer than the May event. And some of you guys, you know who you are. I mean, it's not that hard to really understand. And most of you guys came pretty much right before the May event, and I appreciate that as well. But in regards to the ability for you guys to constantly show up, it's phenomenal. It's a very hard thing to understand at moments because, I don't do anything different than anybody else does. I don't really showcase, amazing gameplay because I just don't do that anymore. The game is not as easy as it once was, and many of you guys will be able to coincide with that statement. Modern Warfare 2, I could drop 100 kill bombs all day, every day, because it was all about spawn trapping. That's kind of where my kill-death ratio was developed. World at War, I was very good, but I was a very passive player. I kind of sat back, I controlled the region, and I definitely was very successful at that. COD 4, I wasn't very known because I kind of jumped into COD 4 when World at War was already out, and I didn't really have a reason to play COD 4. I mean, it was kind of an old game at the time that I jumped into it, and to be honest with you guys, COD 4 is not my favorite Call of Duty. World at War takes the cake. Many of you guys know that, but just in case you're new to the channel, that's what I look at. I like World at War better than any Call of Duty that's ever been made, and I will coincide by that because it's the first game that I ever got. Many of you guys will look at your first game, and maybe it's COD 4, maybe it's Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, the list goes on. But usually there's a high chance that you enjoy that game more than the other titles, or more than anything that's new, is because it's your first game. It's the first one you really got to develop your skill level, and you look back and you go, I was a good player back then. And I still think of myself as a good player. Am I the best? No, I'm not even close. I get beat by a lot of people. But am I better than most of the people that play pubs? There's a good chance of that because I run with teams that know how to play Call of Duty, and more or less I'm pretty consistent within my kill-death ratio, and that's just a statement, I guess, by itself. But to really refer this back to the main gist of it, I don't bring the great gameplay anymore because I just don't care that much. I don't really care to develop my skill as much as I once did. I just kind of play the game and hope for the best, cross your fingers and hope to die that every circumstance will be one to remember. And that's kind of how I transfer that to YouTube. I really like to, jump in with you guys. I like to be the community guy. I really like to try to develop and showcase content that I think is good, but I like to really bring a different approach to it. I know a lot of you guys looked at the video that I did where I talked about my perception and my ability to really decipher and look at different, I guess, point of views in a better sense, and a lot of you guys were completely for that, which is a good thing. I mean, obviously I wasn't just saying that to bullshit. I legitimately try to look and decipher my comments and my information before I post it onto the internet, because everybody looks at things in a different way, and that's just accustomed to the way that we think. I mean, most of us live in the US, maybe you don't, but you still have a freedom to think however you so wish until you, I guess, print that outward. Of course, depending on your place of origin, that can be a good or positive, or it can be a negative and a bad thing to do, but that's just depending on where you live. But more or less, guys, I just really appreciate what you guys have done. It's so hard for me to really sit here and be like, oh, thank you guys so much, you know, you've given me this opportunity and all this cool stuff, and I try to repay you in one way or another, but there's really no way to do that. The only way to do that is constantly bring more content to your eyes and hope that you guys will continue to enjoy it. You know, some of you guys will stay around for the longevity of my entire channel, and some of you guys will depart, and that's perfectly understandable. I'm the same way with the people that I watch. You know, at one time, I really enjoyed this centralized channel, but to be honest, a lot of the people I'm subscribed to now probably don't watch their videos because I don't really care for Call of Duty as much as I once did, and the main reason I post so much of it is because it's easy to acquire. If it was up to me, I'd be playing Battlefield, stuff like that, DayZ, but DayZ is extremely difficult to get content for, and you almost have to have 6 terabytes worth of hard drive space to even think about recording DayZ. And that's what I'm gearing up for. I mean, I got a few terabyte hard drives today. I think I had 2-3 terabytes that came in, and that's great. I had a couple more monitors show up, and one day you guys will get to see my insane setup. Kryvosh has always been wanting to see it for quite some time, but it's a pretty beefy setup. I talk about it in the high regard, and it's not to brag about it. I mean, anybody can buy the stuff that I got. You just gotta work and lose a lot of the opportunities that life has to offer, but that's the way it works. And that's kind of, I guess, the way I look at it. But I think that's a pretty accustomed way to look at it. You know, the more you work, the more opportunities in life you miss out on. That's why I try to pride you guys and tell you guys to enjoy what you have now, because not all of you guys work. Not all of you guys have the responsibility to constantly acquire revenue and stuff like that. It sounds great. Believe me, I love my paychecks, but you know, it's not as prestigious as you might think. You know, you lose out on a lot of stuff, you miss out on a lot of events, and it's just really not the coolest thing in the world, but it's a part of growing up, and one day you guys will all get there. But just trying to let you guys know that enjoy the things you have now, because one day they won't be there, and you'll really wish you capitalized on them when you had the opportunity. But to get back onto the main subjected matter, I just really look forward to bringing more content to you guys. I'm looking to maybe do 2 videos today, 2 videos a day, I'm sorry, but in the actual reality part, that's what I would like to do, but will that ever become a part of reality? It's hard to say. You know, making videos isn't an extensive process. It's not very difficult no matter on how you look at it, but it's the process you go through to actually produce the video that is an extensive process. And that's kind of where I stand. That's why, you know, I try to get the content out as fast as I can, but it's not always that easy. In regards to the playthroughs, I've been really wanting to do Battlefield 3. I cannot even stress this enough to you guys, but a big problem is this 1080p is a very difficult thing to acquire. When you see 1080p quality on YouTube, you got to look at that guy and go, man, that guy either has an amazing upload speed or he's not rendering at max settings. 2 capabilities that I currently don't own. And my upload is sufficient, but it's not the best. I have 100 megabytes per second, which sounds really good, but that's not my upload. My upload is about 5.5, and that's okay. That's not great for 1080p. Most of those guys that you see that upload 40-minute long videos that are 1080p like Frankie, there's no way he's pushing 5 megabytes a second. He's probably pushing 25, 30, and that's usually how those get uploaded so fast, which is props to him. He's a great YouTuber. I love his channel. Watch every one of his videos. But that's neither part of the conversation or anything of the affiliation of the commentary. But more or less, I just want you guys to know I'm working really hard to get the Battlefield 3 playthrough going. I'm hoping that everything will turn out in the best favor, and I just want to say thank you, because without you guys watching the videos, without you guys doing what you do, you know, who knows what I'd be doing. I might even be watching more movies, which probably wouldn't be too great for my eyes, but that's neither to really talk about. But anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is NMO, and I'll be signing off. Peace.